Take control of your finances. Gain insights from top industry professionals. Financial topics that matter to you from your go-to resource. This is Right on the Money with your host, Dennis Mattern.
Hello and welcome to Right on the Money, the show that features financial advisors, insurance professionals, and fiduciaries who discuss financial topics that empower you to take control of your finances. I'm your host, Dennis Mattern. We are so glad you've taken time out of your day to spend with us. I am pleased to be joined today by my friend Tommy Mai, president of Tommy Mai Financial. Tommy, it is great to have you here with us today.
Thank you for having me here.
It is awesome to have you here. You've been such a good friend of the show. For those folks that don't know Tommy, where's the office at? Where do we find you at, first and foremost?
It's located in Westminster, which is part of Orange County in California.
Oh, okay, very good. So tell me a little bit about let's just dive right in. For those people that don't know Tommy Mai Financial, tell me about the services you provide and what goes on at your office.
I guess that's what we're actually known for, customer service. Every single person that comes into our office are treated like royalties. We treat them and we see them as family members, whether they have money or not, whether they do business with us or not. That's not important. What's important is that we want to make sure everyone come out happy.
You know, one of the things in knowing you and knowing your practice is that your team and your office has a commitment to you'll meet with a client or actually even a prospective client as many times as they need to meet to understand. That's a true statement, isn't it?
Yes, that's exactly our business model. It doesn't matter how many visits, how many hours we spend with one client. As long as we're able to convey the message, as long as we're able to make sure the client understand what they're getting into.
Mm-hmm. So speaking about the clients understanding what they're getting into, tell us a little bit about how you got into this business. I think a lot of people would be fascinated with that.
Yeah, I actually got into this business by luck. Just pure luck. My passion has always been in this business ever since high school. Mm-hmm. Got recruited by one of those MOM, by the company WMA, which is World Marketing Alliance, as a high school student. I came into the presentation and I was completely blown away, mesmerized by the very concept.
You've been working in this industry right out of the gate as a high schooler.
No. As the only Asian boy in an Asian family, my parents expect me to become a doctor. So yeah, instead of becoming a doctor, I marry a doctor instead.
Oh, very nice. That's very nice. You kind of skipped a step there. You outsourced and
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go to 12 years of medical school education and still have the benefit of someone within the family who is a physician, just to make my parents happy.
Well, let's touch on that just for a second, because I know that your wife does an impressive bit of work on the medical field. What does she specialize in?
She's a family physician.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so her passion is really taking care of patients and being able to see the patients. With her, there has to be a continuity of service, of taking care of patients who she knows and who she recognizes as the years go on.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, because that really, actually, it almost sounds like a Mai family tradition then. On the medical side, that's how your wife practices, and yet your practice is exactly the same. You'll see those clients year over year and build that relationship. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's actually good that you actually mentioned it, because my wife is actually a driving force behind everything that I do. And she is a good inspiration for me. She helped me tremendously. And from my perspective, from my practice, that's exactly what we do. We want to have that continuity of service. We want to be able to take care of not only the clients this year, but forever later on in the future, to the next generation and the generation after that.
And that is something that really attracts me to your practice. And we're going to be diving into that in the next couple sessions. But I really love the idea that you're here to help. First and foremost, that commitment to meet with clients and prospects before, as many times as it takes, so that they understand what's going on. And then from there to work with them for today, for retirement, and then one thing we're going to talk about later is for them to be able to help with whatever the charitable contributions that they want to make.
Yes, and especially within the financial services, there's a lot of different products and a lot of services that people don't understand. And With my practice, probably 95% of my clients are all Vietnamese. So it might take twice the time for me to explain or convey the message for them to see the overall significance. And it really doesn't matter how much time we put in. But if they sign the documents, I want to make sure they have to understand everything.
Working with a lot of Vietnamese clients, is there a cultural difference between, say, the explaining and the way the products are promoted generally to the American public versus how they're promoted to, say, your Vietnamese clientele?
I don't really think or see there's any cultural difference in terms of the product offering, because every single product we offer pretty much is needed in any culture, in any ethnicity. But the difference for the Vietnamese community is that everything is really based on trust first. Basically, the clients have to trust you before they actually look into or see and understand the product.
I would say it's very safe to say that based upon the success that your practice has had, that people can definitely really get to appreciate the level of service, the commitment that you have to them and their families. The volume of business, the work that you do speaks for itself. All right, so we're going to dive into some very specific topics. Tax, estate planning, we've got lots to talk about. And so unfortunately though, that's our time for this section. So when we come back, Tommy and I are going to discuss estate planning in particular. And of course, remember, you can watch full Right on the Money episodes on rightonthemoneyshow.com. We'll be right back.